It's that time again. It's Midweek News 117. We're late, but the show must go on. Let's get into it. Install ntopng on Debian 12. ntopng is a great utility for Linux that has some nice network discovery features. This walkthrough from How to Forge covers installing it on Debian 12 systems. Definitely a utility that is worth consideration for home lab users and small businesses. Active Directory is still a prime attack target after 25 years. As with any other identity and asset management technology, AD is still a target. Probably not a surprise for most of my viewers. The article covers some of the actual attack methods and how many organizations still underestimate the risk involved. Armbian 25.2 has been released. This new release has support for new boards and the Linux 6.12 kernel. If you're active in the single board computer space, you have likely heard of Armbian. Find the full changelog linked in the article. AMD is prepping new GPU support for kernel 6.15. The new graphic drivers are always a welcome addition. This update should support all of their newly released graphics cards, which have received generally positive reviews both for performance and on the launch price. The release will also enable OEM support for custom RGB lights found on some cards, which will be an exciting development for the Linux gamers out there. Can Nextcloud Hub 10 take on big tech? The article is based on an interview with Nextcloud founder Frank Karlitschek. Some history is covered, as well as the drive to prove that open source can effectively take on big tech. Some highlights of Nextcloud 10: introduction of the first open source AI agent, next level platform-wide features such as built-in file conversion, security enhancements, and more. Nextcloud really is setting out to become your privacy-first digital workspace. VLC turns 20 and sends videos to the moon. There was a competition which ended at the end of February to see which videos would be sent to the moon on NASA's Artemis program mission. An interesting development. Happy belated birthday to VLC. Immich 1.127 has arrived with face tagging and memory enhancements. Immich is the Google Photos competitor that just keeps getting better. In addition to face tagging, the Memories feature has received its first major upgrade. You can also filter searches by star rating. Tweaks have also been made to external library interface. An exciting release to be sure. LibreOffice 25.2.1 has been released with 77 bug fixes. Users are urged to update to the new release as soon as possible. The new release is available right now as official binaries for Debian and RPM-based distributions. The next point release of LibreOffice is expected in late March. NVIDIA 570 Linux graphics drivers released. Owners of recent NVIDIA hardware will want to grab this one. Features include variable refresh rate on multi-monitor setups, support for systemd suspend then hibernate method of system sleep, and support for several games which previously had some issues. Check the article or the release notes from NVIDIA for full details. Raspberry Pi official magazine. We have some convergence happening in the Raspberry Pi magazine space. Magpie and Hackspace magazines have merged under the new name Raspberry Pi Official Magazine, or RPOM for short. Available as a free PDF, or you can buy physical copies of the UK published magazine. Here in the US, you can generally find it in Barnes & Noble and Micro Center. Your mileage may vary. NetworkManager 1.5.2 released. IP VLAN interface support, ETH-tool FEC mode, and automatically adding routes to DNS servers are among the new features. This release comes just 5 months after NetworkManager 1.5.0. The source is available now, and it should start finding its way into distributions within a few weeks. Checking and securing open ports in Linux. The article goes over the usage of several tools, some of them available for platforms other than Linux. Tools covered include Netstat, SS, LSOF, and Nmap. In addition to the scanning tools, there is a helpful section on securing ports using FirewallD for Red Hat-based systems, UFW for Ubuntu and Debian-based systems, and IP tables. Worth a read for those who want to take another look at the network security of their Linux boxes. UEFI Hype and Microsoft's Lies. This is an interesting article that debunks the myths and downright lies about UEFI. As we are well aware, much of the push for UEFI has come from Microsoft and speaks more of the limitations of the current implementations of Windows than it does about capabilities of the traditional BIOS. We live in a trust but verify world, and the hype and lies around UEFI are a prime example of this. After a read through this article, let me know if it's changed any of your ideas previously held about UEFI and BIOS. And that, my friends, will bring us to the end of a short and late midweek news. Leave me some feedback down in the comments and a like, and I'll see you next time.